I'm doing what I love.
I'm enhancing my career.
Studying here will get me my degree.
Apprenticeships have enabled us to develop our future employees.
I'm learning on the job, building my career.
I am returning to learning.
Walsall College has something for everyone.
Don't delay. Secure your place. Apply now.
Hi, good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today. Over the next sort of half an hour to 40 minutes, we will be talking about careers in early years childcare and education settings as well. My name is Naja, and today we will be joined by Gemma, who teaches our early years and childcare courses, and Jo as well, who's one of our assessors on the kind of teaching assistance side of things. So first of all, we will talk you through what sorts of careers you can get into, how to get into those careers, and touch on things like progression opportunities as well. If during this whole session you have any questions, do pop those in the chat box, and then when there's a suitable time, we'll get those questions answered for you. So it might be between presentations or towards the end, but if anything pops in your head, pop it in the chat box and we'll get those questions answered for you. So now is the perfect time to apply for a course if you haven't done so already. We've already had hundreds of applications. Our courses kind of fill up quite quickly, especially within this kind of subject setting. As we are in lockdown, some of you may be worried about your results, what's happening with exams, and got a bit of anxiety and panicking. Don't worry, we will get you on a course that is suitable for your skills and your abilities. We'll make sure that you're in a confident position to start on a course in the next few months. So try not to worry and stress about it too much. So without further ado, I'm going to hand you over to Gemma. Gemma, do you want to take over now?
Hello, my name is Gemma. I'm one of the lecturers from the early years team, and I'm just going to go through this PowerPoint presentation just to tell you a little bit about the early years department and the courses that are available and how we can support you. So welcome. Okay, so here's just a few pictures. We've got at the top, these ladies were from our level 3 second year course, creating handbags for dignity. So these handbags went out to vulnerable ladies in the community who were displaced for no reason of their own, as part of a charity project that we did, and it was to really help these ladies feel that they had some items of comfort to help them feel respected as they made that transition into independent living. We've got an image of a young male early years practitioner and one of our male early years practitioners holding a doll, one of our virtual babies. So early years is inclusive. It's for everyone. It's for male and females. It's for anybody that's really interested in wanting to work with children. So we do have uniform guidelines. So early years students belong to the cluster of health and public services, and in the image you can see an example of what our uniforms look like. So as part of the enrolment process and the respect agreement will be explained to you, and during induction you'll be asked to sign it. And as part of the respect agreement, all students will sign to agree to wear full uniform. So this is a vital part of your professional development across college and is noted by other clusters and placement providers within industry. So early years students have to meet the standards required by the team to be role models for young children, and this includes your professional appearance. So full uniform consists of the following, and these can be purchased from Multiprint. Red early years polo shirt, black early years cardigan or jumper, black early years hoodie, and the prices are on the screen. Black trousers, knee length black skirt is only permitted, so no leggings, jeggings ski pants, jeans, shorts, combats, joggers or mini skirts. Black shoes only, so no Converse, Vans, pumps, trainers or Toms. You will receive a letter providing you with more detail on where you can purchase your uniform. Okay, so from the 1st of October, uniform is mandatory and must be worn at all times. So personal tutors will be monitoring this across all levels, and a warning system has been put into operation to ensure that the correct uniform is worn. If you're not wearing full uniform, you'll be given a slip by your tutor as a reminder. This is the first warning. If you persist a second time in not wearing full uniform, you'll be given a second warning slip. And the third occasion you're not in full uniform will result in a letter being sent home, and a level 1 disciplinary meeting will be actioned by the curriculum manager. So, equipment and resources. We encourage you all to have your own equipment and resources, especially at the moment through the current COVID-19 restrictions, and as we move forward, we want you to have your own equipment. Okay, so this includes a lever arch ring binder folder. The colour is dependent on your level, and this will be explained to you on induction. Make sure this lever arch folder is nice and chunky, as it's going to contain lots of your evidence. Folders or dividers, a pack of 5 as a minimum. An A4 hardback notepad. Now we suggest a hardback notepad because as you're popping it in your bag and taking it back out, if it's not a hardback notepad, it can get quite dishevelled and might get a little bit dog-eared. Pens, a hole punch, highlighter pens, post-it notes, and optional a course book which can be purchased on Amazon, and we've got a selection of images from the course books that are available on the screen at the moment. But please wait until your induction after your taster day, and your tutor will let you know which level course book you should purchase. So it's really important that you're ready to learn. So coats, scarves, hoodies, jackets and hats need to be removed so that the uniform can be seen when learning is taking place. Having all necessary equipment for class and a positive attitude to learning. Walsall College prepares students for employment, and this qualification is designed to build the knowledge and skills needed when working with children and young people from birth to 19 years. So all qualifications, childcare qualifications, are by the awarding body CASH and cover a diverse range of job roles and occupations within the early learning and childcare sector. So these are vocational qualifications that will help you to open those doors to employment. So here are some entry requirements. So entry level or level 1, there's no formal requirements. This is usually recommended for learners that have achieved 2 GCSEs with possibly grade 2s in maths and English. Okay. Level 2 are for students that have achieved a grade 4 in maths or English with an additional grade 3 GCSEs, or if they are progressing from a level 1 in childcare. Level 3 teaching assistants, students will require a grade C or a grade 4 in English with 4 additional grade 4s including maths, and a level 2 in childcare. Level 3s, it's a 2-year qualification, grade 4 in GCSE maths and English, maybe a level 2 in childcare if you're going through the progression route. And if you're looking at T-level qualifications, because Walsall College, we're proud to be a T-level college, you will need a maths and English grade 5 and above. Okay, so forest schools. Forest schools are a growing phenomenon in the UK. And we are very proud that we have a forest school leader amongst our early years team, and she will be delivering forest school education as part of your curriculum. So destinations for you guys. So destinations can include further study, so on to the next level, higher education, which can include early childhood studies, primary teaching, paediatric nurse, language therapist, and employment as an early years practitioner. So there's lots and lots of enrichment opportunities for you guys. So you might have the opportunity to go to Streetly Tennis Club for 6 weeks of tennis with a qualified instructor, yoga at the hub, a robotics workshop for team building, wellbeing walks, multi-sports, careers live, visits to Newman University, placement opportunities in Italy. And you can see there that's level 3 second year students in Italy in February 2020. So supporting our local community, which is really important to us. So we make regular donations to our local food bank. We fundraise for children in need. We fundraise for comic relief. We are proud to be part of the St Basil's Big Sleep Out and create handbags for dignity, which help local women's refuge. So placement. So if you complete a level 1 qualification, you will do 1 day of placement per week after Christmas. Level 2 will be 2 days a week with an early year setting, and these dates will be confirmed during your enrolment. And a level 3, you'll complete 2 days a week within an early year setting, and these dates will be confirmed during enrolment. Now, it's okay for you to start to call settings. However, we're a little bit unsure when schools and nurseries will be providing placements for students, so we ask you to be super patient and understand the current COVID restrictions. Okay, so prior to starting placement, it's essential when you've found a placement, you will complete a disclosure and barring service DBS check, which is to identify if you've had any criminal convictions so that you're safe to work with children. You can purchase your uniform and get all your professional documentation sorted. So once you've started placement, you'll be allocated a placement officer. You'll complete cash placement hour requirements, record your attendance, complete your observations and carry out your activities. So there is a new way of learning. So the new way of learning is called synchronous, asynchronous and face-to-face. So synchronous learning is online classes. Asynchronous is self-guided lessons where a task is set for you to do in your own time. And face-to-face is when classes are completed in college face-to-face. So what ifs? So what if I change my mind and I want to do a different course? That is fine. The first 5 weeks is an opportunity for you to get to know whether this is the right course for you and for us to get to know whether you're suitable for this level of study. What if you start the course and don't like it? Again, the first 5 weeks is really a little bit of a taster opportunity. So let us know and we'll see what we can do to book you in with an advice and guidance interview, look at your next steps and put you on the pathway that's perfect for you. What if you experience personal challenges during your course? Each cluster has a pastoral officer, and that pastoral officer has connections with outside agencies and can help you to identify the best support for you if you experience personal challenges. Our pastoral officers are there to build your confidence and your resilience so that if you come across any challenges, that you are able to face them and deal with them. So what if I experience financial challenges during my studies? Again, please do not worry. Speak to pastoral support and speak to our customer advice and service centre, the cash desk. We've got some financial experts on that panel who will tell you what bursaries or support is available for you based on your current circumstances. So what happens once you've received your GCSE results? So first of all, you collect your GCSE results in August, then you'll be invited in to enrol. Staff will review your results and assign you a level. You will then be allocated a group and your tutor will give you a letter which will give you a start date and equipment that you require. We hope that you are happy at Walsall College and please let us know if you have any questions. If you'd like more information, you can contact info@warsawcollege.ac.uk. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll move on to Jo now, who will talk to us about apprenticeships. Jo, over to you.
Okay, good evening everybody. Obviously my slide's going to be about apprenticeships. So just bear with me, I'll be sharing my screen with you all. So teacher assistants obviously can work across any areas of the school setting. So we have teacher assistants in primary education, special education needs, secondary schools, behaviour referral schools, who obviously work with vulnerable children, mainstream children, one-to-ones, group work, and work obviously in the sports sector with the teacher assistants. The role of the teacher assistant is to support the class teacher, high-level teacher assistants, HLTAs, cover supervisors and behaviour mentors. This is obviously to enhance pupil learning, even in groups, individual, ensuring pupils understand their set work and know their objectives and to stay on task in order to make their progress. Teacher assistants will have obviously are employed in the school setting. The employers pay for the qualification. There's college time off the job time for the teacher assistants obviously to attend obviously college, which is all one-to-one through Zoom, through face-to-face, or on the school site. We are having all the apprentices currently are working throughout obviously the pandemic, and we're doing online obviously learning through Zoom. So they're still getting paid as well on the school rota. Okay. So the role of the different characteristics of the teacher assistants. So they prepare the class obviously in each classroom who they're working with. They cover playground duty and other teaching teams. Produce various resources with the guidance from the class teacher. Carry out assessments and recognise different stages of child development from their planning. They work part of the team and support other groups in and out of the classroom, so you can be given obviously other support groups. All training is obviously supported from the college, the assessors and from the school. So you'll never be left alone with any of the children. You are treated as a staff member. So you have the staff ID, school ID. It doesn't say apprenticeship, it says the staff member, so you amalgamated in with the team. Teachers must have good behaviour management and support skills. So obviously you are trained obviously each individual area in primary and secondary, obviously the behaviour management to support the teaching team as well. No day is the same. So obviously you are obviously a good team member, supporting us and supporting the apprentices in there as well. Our success rates obviously are on apprenticeships. It's obviously 95 to 100%. Obviously, apprentices getting on to secure jobs and moving forward onto a level 3 and moving on to a level 4. Regarding teacher assistants, you can start from a level, currently a level 3. The level 2 is in progress, going all the way up to teaching. So there is a pathway now. Will be from level 2 teacher assistant, level 3, level 4, level 5, and moving to the class teacher. Okay. So how we support you as a college. So all teacher assistants obviously must wear smart, comfortable clothing, because of your days can be very diverse in the school setting. So one day you could be supporting the ICT area, another day you could be supporting PE area. It's all timetabled with allocated mentor. So all apprentices obviously will develop new skills on the job, as well as off the job, obviously from training from the college. They'll have meetings with the allocated member in the school setting. They'll have meetings with assessors as well, which is all flexible during the school day. You don't do any college work during your school holidays. They're your holidays to obviously to go and obviously relax and enjoy your time away from the classroom. We do flexible, obviously start dates. start dates, so you can start any time of throughout the year. So it's not September driven. We have a lot of students or apprenticeships applying for the vacancies in April, ready to start in September. Or when they've got the GCSE grades, that can start, and the apprenticeships are from 16 to 65. So this obviously it's any age to do apprentice. So all apprentices obviously we study obviously in primary, secondary, or an SEN school, have opportunities to have inset training from the school. They have obviously days where they go out on trips with the children, with the teaching team. They have days that they go and visit other schools as well, and they have obviously online training, what's supporting the rest of the team. So it's not only you get the qualification from ourselves, you get obviously training and qualification from the school setting. The pay obviously varies. So I've got some apprentices on minimum wage for the apprenticeship age, but we have some schools paying apprenticeship wage higher than obviously what is the national wage for apprenticeship. So depending on what's advertised and what the school. Your holidays are obviously the school holidays as well. So you get obviously your Easter off, your half term off, your 6 weeks off, and it's a set standard salary all the way through. After your minimum wage, obviously if you are starting an apprenticeship wage, after 12 months it goes up to minimum wage for your age. Once you've qualified as a level 2 or level 3, it goes up to your wage for the actual teacher assistant grade. So I've got some teacher assistants on a very good salary at the age of 20, but again they've worked hard to get all the way up obviously onto the apprenticeship and show their worth for the school setting. With regards, it's slightly different. With regards to obviously dealing with disciplinary and any issues with regarding the apprenticeship, you are treated like a staff member. So it's literally verbal warning in the first instance, which we are involved in, written warning, and then obviously if you're not obviously abiding by the rules, it's obviously then you are it's contact between myself, the manager, the head teacher at the school setting, and your mentor. But the majority of the apprentices who want to go on the apprenticeship, that's their career path that they want to go into to teaching. Regarding to applying for teacher assistant apprenticeships, you can look on Walsall College website. You can look on Walsall Council's website for teacher assistants. You can even find your own apprentice and contact our apprenticeship team. That will help yourself and speak to the employer. Because we've had apprentices last year do exactly the same, did a 5-mile radius of the schools where they wanted, sent out covering letters and CVs, and that's how they achieved their apprenticeship by the school, interviewing themselves and then contacting the college. So that legwork still goes. So if you can't find anything on any of the websites, you can look at National Apprenticeships, Walsall Council, Walsall College, and you can still apply for your own preferred school. Okay. And there's the contact numbers as well, obviously, as our office number regarding apprenticeships. Okay, Nard?
Thanks a lot, Jo. Jo, there's been a couple of questions that have come through.
Okay.
Somebody's asked, do you have to find your own placement? I think you touched on this a little bit.
So with regarding to the apprenticeship, what's a lot of 16 to 17 or 18-year-olds do, they write a nice cover letter CV. They've already done the research why they want to become a teacher assistant, and they've sent it off to the schools within the area. The schools have then, they must put their own contact details down so the schools can contact them. Then what's happened is they've contacted the person who's inquired, tell me more about it, they've had that person in, and then they've contacted the college, because of Walsall College. We've got an apprenticeship team who can talk to employers about the process of apprenticeships.
Sure. Gemma, actually for your courses, in terms of placements, do your team kind of organise that, or do you encourage the students again to do a similar thing, sort of contacting settings and seeing if they've got work experience opportunities?
Yeah, so we encourage the students to go and contact the settings themselves. The reason why we do that is because they know that their local area. So if the students contact settings themselves, they can pick somewhere that's suitable for them to travel to. However, we do have a list of settings that we've had successful relationships with in the past that they could try if they're unsuccessful. So we ask them to try themselves first, and then if they're unsuccessful, then we can give them some help.
Okay, that's cool. Jo, I think this one might be for you.
Yeah.
I want to work at Birmingham's Children's Hospital as a support worker. Does this link to this course? And I think that might have been when you were doing your presentation there, Jo.
We do offer apprenticeships as support workers at Birmingham Children's Hospital. We have got a team. We regarding any apprenticeship, we are UK wide, so we're not limited to Warsaw. Apprenticeships is across UK wide, and we have got if the person's asking, obviously regarding Birmingham's Children's Hospital, if she goes onto their website, they're advertised apprenticeships on their website, which is linked either with our college or BMET college, because it's not just our college who do apprenticeship to work in that area. So as you can, and then there's this actual support worker apprenticeship qualification.
Brilliant, thanks a lot, Jo. Hopefully that's answered the couple of questions that have come in. What I'm going to do now is just take you through to a virtual tour on our website. Obviously, it's a shame we can't open the doors for students to come into the college. Just bear with me. I'm just going to share my screen. Hopefully, you can see the website there. Can you see the website? The homepage, yeah. Okay, so you can, if you go to the first column here where it says our college, click on locations, and then here you can see all of our different kind of campuses. Wisemore campus is where our core kind of care and early year provision takes place. So obviously it's different with apprenticeships. You will be working within a workplace setting, but this would apply for kind of Gemma's courses. We've got one of our rooms here is set up like a nursery. I mean, Gemma, is there anything you want to add?
Yeah, so this is our virtual nursery. This room is C321, and in here we have some resources for you guys to model activities before you actually go into setting. So you can model mark making, you can model creating Play-Doh, you can model our role play area. We've got quite an extensive story sack resource as well. So we like our learners to plan using one of our activity plan document, link it to the early years foundation stage curriculum, plan and then practice before they're observed. And then one of our professional practice officers will come and observe you so we can sign you off on some of your competencies. But this is really just an opportunity for you to have a try before you observe doing something.
Well, thank you.
No
I mean, there
problem.
are lots of other facilities as well at the college, things like you might use a library and you know, for some homework and coursework and that sort of thing, access to computing facilities. So I mean, do take your time, have a look through the website, have a look through the courses, the campuses, and just get a good feel for the college. Obviously it's a bit of a shame we can't get you on site at the moment. In terms of applications and applying for courses, so there's if it's for courses for Gemma's area, and then I could show you apprenticeships after that. From our homepage, easiest way to find the courses, if you go along to the second column and click on all subjects, and then here we've got a listing of all of our different course areas. If you go to early years, and on the right hand side here is where you can find our course listing. So full-time courses are based here. We also do distance learning and part-time courses, which is mostly for your adult learners. I'm just going to click on the level 2 just as an example to show you what a course page looks like. So You can click on the tabs, you find out a bit more about the course modules, what you can progress on to, some information about what careers you can go into, lots of different things there. You can do a printout if you want to show your parents, or you just want it for yourself. And if you are interested, obviously you can just apply straight away. It takes you to an online application form, which is super easy to fill your details out, a couple of pages, and then that will take you, the application will go through to our admissions team, and then the admissions team then sends your detail on to Gemma and her colleagues, and then a member of their team, one of the tutors, will call you, and it's telephone interviews at the moment, unfortunately, due to the pandemic situation. Now, for anyone that is interested in the apprenticeship route, again, I'll just walk you through from our homepage. If you pop along to the second column, down 3 onto apprenticeships. This is one way of looking for vacancies, so you can have a look on our website and kind of go through the vacancies there. And then if you want to get in touch with someone from the apprenticeships team to kind of get a bit more information, you can also click on Inquire Now and just drop your details into the inquiry box, and then somebody will contact you in that regards. You can also go onto a government website, so let me just see if I can open up Google. Can't spell Google. And then if you just pop in the Google, find an apprenticeship, pop to the gov.uk website, and I think you don't need to make an account to just use the search option, but then you can also look for courses, apprenticeships within any sector that you're interested in. So there's 2 ways there really that you can search for apprenticeships. I mean, Jo, did you want to add anything else in terms of apprenticeships? So
obviously with the apprentices as well, obviously you've got in the education sector, you've got also the NHS. They do obviously working with children in that area. So you can go on their website, because what tends to happen with apprenticeship, they'll advertise a job, but the providers can be ourselves as well. So they have a lot of jobs on there. Walsall Council have a lot of jobs on there. So if you type in Walsall Council non-teaching jobs, you can go on there, and they have a lot obviously on there of inquiries as well. Indeed, they have jobs on there as well for apprenticeships, from obviously for any age. So obviously the school age, they look as well more so for your GCSEs or your grading, so look at that. But also, if you haven't got one or the other, your maths or your English, don't be scared to put in your application, because you can achieve that during your apprenticeship qualification, and you do have time for off the job to achieve your other qualifications as well. So don't worry if you think I've only just got my English grade. Don't be scared to apply, because that's what the idea of apprenticeship is all about. It's about your talent in the interview. And obviously if you do find your own apprenticeship in the school, it's how you project yourself through an interview, and then teachers do not mind you totally upskilling whatsoever. That's what they're looking for, new talent coming through.
Sure. There's a question that's come through. It says, how long will it take to get a certificate? Gemma, I don't know if that might be for you.
Yeah, well, we send the information to our awarding bodies in June or July, when you've completed the qualification, and certificates are usually ready to collect about September, so the start of the next academic year, if there's no delays. Sometimes there are a couple of delays, but it's usually within a few months, so the start of the next academic year.
Okay. Someone's just put a comment. I've applied for college level 2 earlier. I had my interview and got my place. That's brilliant. That's a great one. Someone is on it. That's lovely. Okay, I've got another question. What's the workload balance like for level 1 if I don't pass my maths or English?
Okay, so level 1, it's a full-time course, so it's 9 hours. Okay, so you will be supported with Our tutors will support you. You'll also have opportunities for peer discussions as well. Lots of confidence building through personal development, because we are aware that sometimes when you don't quite get the qualifications, it can take a hit to your confidence. So we do look at building your confidence, building your self-esteem through team building, through sporting activities and things like that. The workload is manageable. I won't say it's easy. It's not easy, but as long as you follow the advice of your tutor and break it down into manageable chunks, once you've been delivered a criteria, have a go at doing it that day, and listen to the feedback from your tutor, because you have an opportunity to resubmit everything. So you have one resubmission opportunity. So if you don't achieve the first time, listen to the supportive feedback and you'll achieve the second time.
That's a great bit of advice. Again, if anyone's got any further questions, do pop those into our chat before we finish. We are coming to the end. I'm just thinking if there's any questions I can think off the top of my head, really. Do you find... Oh, someone's just put... Oh, thanks for your response there, Gemma. She's saying thank you with a smiley face. I mean, do you find sometimes that somebody might start on a level 1 or a level 2 as a general college course, and then they might swap over to an apprenticeship? Or?
Yeah, we have that all the time, actually. And we've had some learners that have started at level 1, and when they've handed in their first assignment, we've looked at it and we thought, actually, this is level 2 quality. So we've moved them up. The same respect, we've had learners that have come in at level 3 and they've really struggled with the academics. They've struggled with theory, they've struggled with referencing, and that takes some time to build that skill. So we thought, okay, you need a year of nurture, you need a year of support, pop them down to level 2 for a year, build up the confidence, and then they've gone back onto level 3. It's fine. Within the first 5 weeks, we're super flexible.
With the so Nigel, I can input there with the apprenticeships, obviously workload, they have 6 hours, so they have 6 hours of timetable to do their coursework. So it's literally they will put out, and that's per week. So they get paid. So if they're working, if they're contracted to 35 hours, out of 35 hours, have 6 hours obviously off timetable. So in the school setting, or they can visit myself at the college to do their own, obviously one-to-one obviously coursework, and that's per week. Also, if they if somebody from the core team obviously wants to swap over to apprenticeship wise, it's fine. They just have to have an interview from the core, obviously interview from the sales team, the reason why. But then if they do not like apprenticeship, they can't just obviously transfer back, because they'll have to wait until obviously the next academic year.
So there's a commitment there. You can't, if you go to an apprenticeship, you can't go back, because it was.
So if somebody moves from core, from Gemma's there, and decides I'm going to apply for apprenticeship, that's fine. But then halfway through, well, I don't fancy this apprenticeship, I want to go back. They can't swap out, because it's due to like the employers paying their wages and the qualification, and the college obviously it's a different, they don't hold the funding bands. So
no, that's fine. So someone's just put, how do we apply for an apprenticeship and can it be done part-time? Again, in terms of applying, you can find vacancies on our website or the .gov website. If you're already in place, you already have an employer in place, contact our apprenticeships team, and then we can put something in place with your employer so we can get you onto the qualification. Jo, can an apprenticeship be part-time?
Yeah, apprenticeship can be part-time. So again, it's agreement obviously with the employer. Apprenticeships obviously are from 12, 18 months and 2 years. So you've got all that time. So the employer's paying, the employer pays for your qualification and your wages. So in hindsight, really, you can start at level 2, level 3, 4, 5, 6, moving up to teachers, and you can actually be, the employer pays your qualification throughout, so there's no debt as you're moving all the way through. But again, you've got to work hard and show that you're willing all the way through. So yeah, it can be part-time and full-time.
With the part-time, is there an age limit?
No, apprenticeships are 16 up to 65s. Up to so I've had from 16 up to 63. So
brilliant. That's awesome. Yeah, if you've got any more questions, please do pop them in really quickly, because we probably will be winding down in about a minute. So, I mean, are there any, Gemma, is there anything else you want to add before we wind down?
Yeah, what I would say is, if you do find that you are struggling at college, whether you're on an apprenticeship or whether you're on the main core, it is important that you let somebody know. Okay, and we are aware that, you know, these are difficult times for everybody. So if you are struggling, we do have counselling services available. We do have an opportunity through our wellbeing hub for you to use something called Kooth, and we have lots of support services available. There's also support through our student union as well. So if you are struggling, let myself or one of the core team know on early years, or let Joe know if you're doing an apprenticeship, and we can get some support in place. If you let things build up and get on top of you, that's when you're at risk of not completing. So just talk to us. We don't bite, just let us know.
Great advice. And Joe, do you want to add
That's right,
anything?
yeah, because that's why every apprenticeship has a mentor. So don't worry. If anybody's got any anxiety or mental health issues, you can't apply for a job. Of course you can. Because obviously I've got apprenticeships, they've been in touch with the council, you've got talk therapy, they have time, obviously they have time out of classroom to deal with obviously issues, because it is a lot during this time, and without COVID anyway, obviously working and supporting other children. So don't, like Gemma said, do not be scared to, obviously the employers are there happy, obviously that's why you got your mentor, and that's what they can support you, as well as the college can support you as well. So, like Gemma said, always talk to us about it.
Sure. Okay, I think this might be our final question. When is the latest to apply? So, I mean, with Gemma's courses, Gemma, I mean, your area is super busy, isn't it? Like, you get applications coming in.
we do say we have had applications as late as November in the past. However, we have like a cut off of the maximum amount of students we have in each course. So when our classes are full, unfortunately they're full. However, if you apply late and we've got a couple of spaces, we can sometimes squeeze you in, but that's not a guarantee. So I'd say if you're interested in the course, it's better to get your application in earlier than be disappointed.
Absolutely. I mean, if someone changes their mind after they've applied, it's fine. Just let us know. We can take you off our system. It's best to kind of get your foot in the door, as it were. I mean, Joe, in terms of apprenticeships, how does that work?
Is throughout the year, so it's like normal jobs. They advertise throughout the year. So if you're coming up to, what we are finding, that people are sitting, obviously, when they're not sitting the GCSEs at the moment, but when they do sit the GCSEs, you can start applying, obviously, we've got some applying in February, ready to start, because the schools will hold their jobs open for March, June and July, because obviously even in July you can be employed and the school are giving you inset training. So it's throughout the apprenticeships are throughout, so there's no limit as well. And caseload, there's no limit for us, because it's all down for individual. We do individual delivery training. So there's no sitting in the classroom with others. You have your own individual one-to-one tutoring.
Okay, it makes sense. Yeah. Okay, so if you do not have maths and English, are we qualified to study childcare and education? I mean, we've kind of touched on this before. You will study alongside the program, won't you? So you won't get out of it. You still have to do it, but in a different capacity. Gemma, I don't know if you want to just explain.
Yeah, so it just depends on what your GCSEs is. It just depends on where you start your journey. So it's not that we haven't got a qualification for you, because we offer entry level and level 1. It just means where you start. So it might mean that you're doing your maths and English alongside. And we've even had adult learners that are doing their maths and English on the evenings as well, doing our adult classes. So it's not a problem if you're doing it alongside your course.
And obviously with the maths and English as well, we do these virtual sessions. So at the moment in employability with employee responsive, there's 4 till 5 virtual classes and all day classes as well. So the college is catering for face-to-face virtual to everybody's needs. So it's just asking the questions.
Brilliant. Thanks a lot, guys. I think we'll be finishing off there. If someone's just put, how do I start the course and when does it start? I mean, if this is for kind of Gemma's area, all of your courses are starting in September. Apply now. Just try and get a provisional place in place for you. And again, if it's for kind of Joel's area, which is apprenticeships, anytime really, there's always vacancies up. So hopefully that answers that question there. So thanks for everybody who's attended today. It's been great. Some really good questions, actually. If there are any further questions after this session, please send us an email on info@walsallcollege.ac.uk and I can send those on to Joe or Gemma and the teams. If something might pop in your head in the middle of the night, just send us an email, send us a Facebook message, Instagram, Twitter, whatever it is, and we'll get back to you. So do stay safe, everybody. It's been great having you on board today. Thanks a lot to the panel today. We've had some great presentations and some great feedback and great questions. So take care and hopefully we will see you all soon. Goodbye for now.
Okay, then bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.